Hello, Airmen from the 497th. Again, this is Cap Menovar from your art team coming at you today again to talk to you a little bit about IG today. So we got Mr. Bustecker here today to talk to us a little bit about what the IG at the wing office does for you all and how you guys can engage them. So, Mr. Bustecker, sir, please let us know and let our airmen know what it is. What do you all do for our airmen?
Well, so first I say welcome to Langley. Glad you're here and know that your IG is always here for you. So what we do, typically, we train new-coming commanders, whether that be a squadron or group, sometimes the chiefs, the first sergeants, and of course, we're always welcome to, or it's very welcome to reach out to our newcomers so they know what the IG does. So we'll talk to anyone about anything, but our primary areas are reprisal, restriction, abuse of authority. Those are our big three. We look at adverse information as well. But typically folks come to us because maybe as a last resort, not sure where to go, what to do. We always caution folks, so just because you have a disagreement with the policy or with your supervisor doesn't constitute a visit to the IG office. However, it's all about education, so that's what we do. Whether it's an EPR issue, it could be an issue in the dorms, it could be an issue on base. Like I said, we'll talk to anyone about anything, and of course the complaints world goes in trends. So right now the biggest thing going is the new EPR system and how folks are rated and stratified. So that's an education with of course the commander, the supervisors, and our airmen to understand the process, and to say that you get marked over one on your EPR does not necessarily mean you need to visit the IG office. However, it doesn't mean it's a bad EPR either.
Right.
So we're learning that the last 4 months. That's kind of what our trends are. But when I receive a complaint, and it can be of course telephone, email, in person. Luckily, the folks over at the 497th are in person, but or can visit me in person. However, it's not out of bounds for me to talk to our folks in Korea or Hawaii or in California or Georgia or Germany. There's a lot, so 6,000 folks. But I'll take a complaint anyway and then kind of pull it apart and see what resolution path it is, whether it's an assist, where I just point the airman in the right direction, whether it's a referral to command, where the potentially the first sergeant, supervisor, commander can look into it, and of course depending on what level is where I'll take it, whether it needs to go to squadron commander or group commander. And folks should understand that any communication with the IG, it's protected. So because someone contacts the IG, I'm not going to go and call their supervisor and say, hey, Sergeant Smith, for example, contacted the IG. That's not how we operate. All our information is protected, and of course, if your supervision does find out that you did go to the IG, that's your clear and correct path to choose of your doing. You don't have to tell them what you talked to us about. Frankly, it's I guess for lack of better words, it's none of their business. They shouldn't ask you. All their response should be, I was just talking to the IG, and supervisor hopefully says, you know what, great that you're right to do so.
Sure.
So that's kind of, I guess a quick rundown.
Okay.
Do you have any specific questions?
Yeah, so I think maybe some airmen might get confused between where to go to, whether it's IG, EO, or some other institution, and it sounds like they can ask you the question and you'll probably be able to direct them in the right place. Do you tend to get a lot of that confusion, and how do you address that?
It's sporadic. The great thing is we have a good relationship with the folks at EEO. So if someone does come to see me, or if I get an email, I'll call EEO, maybe while the complainant's in there, and we can work on a resolution at that point. But to take out the blurred lines, we try to educate folks from the beginning so they understand, that we're not EEO, but of course they can come to us with that.
Right.
And there have been cases or occasions where we have referred a complaint over to EEO. The key thing, or the difference between the EEO and IG complaints can be anonymous, 100%. thing I do know about EEO is they need to be able to have that physical contact with an individual,
Right.
so they don't take third-party complaints. I guess that's the big difference.
Okay.
But then, as far as referring complaints too, I could refer a complaint to the medical group, you know, for action. But I always urge folks to use their patient advocate.
Yeah.
That's a great avenue. And again, with if there's a personnel issue, we have a great mission support team attached to the wing, so I reach out to folks in there, but I also I have referred to the respective bases. I've referred folks here at Langley over there for a complaint. So and the other key is to have a good relationship as an IG with the support agencies across. So even you know base services as well, and of course the local IGs. There's I think four other IGs on Langley, but of course we always tell folks we are your IG. If it falls under our command umbrella, we want to be the first one to assist you. We understand our business in this enterprise, so that's the route we kind of take. And even if it's just a services issue on the installation where you don't understand why the heck the library is only open 12 or 14 hours a week,
Sure.
We'll try to tackle that for you or assist you as well.
So on that note, I mean, obviously it sounds like you take a lot of the guesswork out for the airmen. So all they have to do is engage you. So for you, how does our airman locate you? You said you can do it in person, by phone call, or email. What's the best way of doing it, and what is that information?
I will say whatever's convenient for you.
Okay.
So if you're located here on Langley, which the folks here are, you can call me at 757-225-2027. We're located at 34 Elm Street, building 23. I would recommend giving me a heads up call. I'll meet you in the lobby. I don't like to advertise, you know, just to protect the anonymity of personnel visiting
Sure.
me. To advertise, hey, someone's coming to see me. So I try to keep it low key. I have my own office in the building, and of course they can also email me. I have one of the crazy long names, but it's
Sure.
chadwick.busdecker.2@us.af.mil.
And I'm sure they can find it underneath the global.
And I'm located in the global,
Right.
yes.
Okay.
So it's, of course, this organization is great here on Langley, and the enterprise worldwide, I guess, on the global scale. So our IG program, as it has evolved over the last 5 years, it works. And I would just say, I'm going to do my best to assist you. You're not always going to get the resolution you seek. We don't have, in my office, we don't have a magic wand to tell a commander, this is, what you need to do. If the person wants moved because they don't like their supervisor, they have issues with
Sure.
with a coworker, we can't direct a commander to make a move like that. So just keep that in mind. But of course, we always do our best to help you. It takes, with this job, a bit of, you have to have a level of compassion and understanding. So just so the folks know, I've been in their shoes. I'm retired Air Force myself, so I understand what it's like. And I would just say that I'm here for you. My boss, Miss Odom, also is complaints qualified,
Okay.
as is our deputy, Major Pierce. So any of us, we can take complaints, but I would say feel free to contact me.
Great. Well, thank you very much, Mr. Bustiger. That was great information. I think our airmen over at the group will definitely be able to use this information to kind of get their head wrapped around whether they should go to talk to you or not. And obviously we would tell them, if in doubt, go talk to you, and you can help clear the air and kind of direct them where they should or possibly could go. So again, thank you for meeting with us today, and hopefully our airmen over at the group will be able to engage with you in the future if ever needed.
Yeah, my pleasure, and thank you, and again, welcome to Langley.
All right, thank you.
And here is the IG's information if you're looking for it.